Oh.
You're live.
Yeah! All right. Welcome, everyone. If you're just now joining us, we're in beautiful Clarksburg, California at Heringer Estates in our Heritage Barn. I'm Mike Heringer. This is our tasting room manager.
Courtney Cucchi.
There you go. Getting it going already. It's a little early, but we're going to get it rolling here. Thank you all for joining us. We're looking forward to a great afternoon. If you don't already have a glass of wine in front of you, now is the time. Today we're going to be reviewing our 2019 Viognier, beautiful, crisp, tropical white wine with some really fun winemaking notes I want to share with you. And then our all-American Norton. So this is kind of a crowd pleaser and a rare and unique variety to the coast of California. So we're excited to share that with you today. And also
Teroldego.
our big, bold, bad Teroldego.
He's the winner.
Native Italian, beautiful, big, bold red wine. So again, thank you all for joining us. We're going to jump right into it. First off, I wanted to wish and hope you all had a wonderful Mother's Day.
Yes.
I hope all the mothers' love tanks have been filled up, right, last Sunday. And
Everybody spoke your love language.
yes, into this week. And if you didn't remember someone, hey, there's always tomorrow. So it's never too late to reach out and tell someone that you love them.
That's right. So before we start on the wine, can we talk about how bad my allergies have been?
Oh yes.
So if you see me itching my eyes, it's because it's been windy out here and we are on a farm. And
Yes.
my eyes are so itchy and like.
Yep, the grass is blooming and the trees are pollinating and the eyes are itching.
My eyes are itching.
And we've got an open-air, beautiful barn that we love to welcome in the breezes, but it also welcomes in some other things.
It's my favorite thing. I love the breeze and every part of it. But yeah, it's one of those things that every day I come in and I'm like, I feel really good. I'm like, why are my eyes itchy? Allergies. So yeah, just be aware.
Yeah. Last week, if you weren't here to join us, we reviewed our can collection. And one thing we talked about is just to do a quick review, wine throughout its life from the time we harvest grapes, it's stored in many different containers. So we use food grade plastic, we use glass, we use stainless steel, we use oak barrels, the redwood barrels, we even use cedar at some point in winemaking history, and then also concrete.
I was going to say concrete.
Oh,
That's what
sorry.
I remember.
Concrete.
Glass and concrete, I got you.
So used to ferment in concrete vats, and now they're creating concrete eggs for fun little fermentations that are really putting out kind of fun wines, kind of going back to the tradition. So that was a review. So if don't feel too bad drinking out of a can. It's just another storage vessel. What matters is the wine inside the can. So that's what really matters. So we're going to jump right into Courtney having a little more wine than Mike. But
I'm learning.
yes, this is our 2019 Viognier. We just bottled this
I'm so excited. I haven't had this one yet.
about a month ago, and we haven't had been allowed for people to taste it. So it is for sale, and we're excited to taste it with you today. But
it smells really good.
so beautiful. Like Viognier has amazing tropical characteristics: orange blossom, lychee, and then if it's harvested at the right time and you let it ripen on the vine, probably a little past normal white grape harvest, it really gets this amazing like a banana cream characteristics on the aroma. So you're not able to hit that every year, but I think this one has a little bit of that characteristic, and man, that just explodes, explodes. And it's relatively cold. We're serving this chilled now, just got it out of the fridge, but and it's still just exploding
Yeah.
out of the glass.
It's really, what I like about Viognier, it's actually pretty versatile. So if you like sangria, so white wine sangria, this works really well as it, because it adds some extra balancing notes to things. But what I like about it, and this is where my husband calls me the nerd, right, is that it coats your entire tongue. You don't just fill it on the sides, the tip, or the back. It's like it coats the entire tongue, so it's really nice to savor. It's a nice savoring wine. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it does. That brings me kind of my next point.
Oh, good.
It's a very unique characteristic of Viognier, the wine grape, that you don't get in many other grapes, which is it has a little bit more skin tannin than the average white grape. So it's one thing, you have to kind of ride the fine line to get that full bodiness, but not get harsh, kind of dry tannins in your white wine. So it's really a fun wine to savor, to sip and savor. Probably if you tasted this blindfolded with a couple of other lighter reds, you might even think this was a red wine because of its body.
That's going to be a fun game for me at my birthday party this year if I'm allowed to have people over.
Yes. Go in the black room and get some wine out and do some sensory evaluation.
That's
so
right.
that's always fun. Do the blindfold and blind tasting.
Courtney, what are we doing? I made them do an escape room one year, and we've done blind. You put the paper over the bottles, and then you blind taste, and you vote for your favorite one. And yeah, I really like birthdays.
You could do the escape room, and every time you got a clue, you were able to get it opened up a bottle of wine or a taste of wine.
That would be the
So
best thing ever.
you're solving a mystery and enjoying some great wines.
I'm going to call Kevin, because Kevin does escape rooms at home.
Yes.
So Kevin used to work here. And he could make me an escape room with wine bottles that open for every clue.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kevin.
We've certainly had a lot of time at home to think about these kinds of things. So it's been interesting. Let's see. The other thing about Viognier specifically, it's a Rhone type variety, and it also, as it ripens and gets right at the prime of harvest, the grapes, they go from like a nice plump grape, and then once you see them start to dimple, the grapes dimple and dehydrate a little bit. And it's kind of a funny word, I know, but...
No, I'm being completely appropriate. I'll say it anyway,
So,
because you guys know things.
there
So
we go.
it's like my thighs after COVID. All right, go on.
Okay. There it is.
Sorry, I know.
Yes.
It's been a fun day.
It's been a long week. We're thankful to be here with you today.
I threw my off. I'm very sorry.
So back to the dimpling grapes.
Dimpling grapes.
The other variety, the Rhone variety that's like that is Syrah. It has the same exact characteristics. Once you hit, it goes from a plump to an extremely ripe wine grape, ready for great wine. You get a little bit of that dimpling characteristic. So.
Do all white wines have green-colored grapes, or do they have some plum-looking grapes?
So that's a great question. So the grapes, when they go through bloom, and then what they call veraison. So from bloom, when you have little baby berries, to veraison, you have baby berries on the little baby clusters. They're pretty much green, like grass green. And then they hit veraison, and that's when softening, the berry softening starts, and coloring. So you start to go from a grass green to more of a yellow, like yellow grass type of characteristic on the color of the grape. And certainly within the white wine varieties, there is a spectrum of golden, hue to more of a green. Some of them don't quite color up as much as others, but most of the ones you're familiar with all do get to a golden yellow color on the vine. And then with reds, veraison, same process, grass green from bloom to veraison, and then once you hit veraison, they change color from green to purple, right? Which is a really cool thing to see.
So you guys, you're still on Facebook, but Instagram bumped us off, so we're gonna get back on.
That's okay. Hi, Facebook.
Well, we're happy to have you, Facebook, and we'll get Instagram going here in a minute. If you're just now joining us, we've got our 2019 Viognier, our beautiful and rare and unique Norton, and our amazing big Italian Teroldego.
Okay, you're back on Instagram.
Hi,
We're
Instagram.
back.
Welcome
You guys didn't miss much. We're just going through and reviewing the 3 wines we're tasting today. And while we're kind of waiting for everybody to get settled, and hopefully you got a glass of wine that you're enjoying with us, because that's the most important part about logging in.
Yes.
Is you get to hang out, enjoy some cool, fun facts about our region, our wines, our winery, hang out with Courtney and I. What's cooler than that?
All right, I agree.
So thank you everyone for coming back. Sorry about that
Yes.
technical difficulty.
Yes, no, thanks for hanging in there with us. So hopefully you got your glass of wine. And how was your week this week besides the allergies?
Oh, actually, it was pretty good. I've done a lot of work. I've accomplished a lot of things.
Mhm.
We've gotten tables out at their 6-foot spacing, so we're ready to open.
Yes.
The tables are in place, so I feel like we've accomplished some things this week, which feels really good.
Yeah, no, we've been busy working bees around here, trying to
That's
get
true.
things ready and prepped and making sure we're keeping everybody safe under the new conditions. We're looking forward to hosting you all out here shortly.
Yes.
I had kind of an interesting experience. Maybe we can
Oh,
pour
pour?
through the
I like this.
next Norton, and you guys out there can pour yourself another taste or glass. But as you all know, we were in Yellow County, just outside of Sacramento in Clarksburg. But we're out here on the farm every day. I'm outside all the time, so I haven't gotten used to the mask just yet.
Me neither.
And about a week or a week and a half ago, Yellow County said, hey, all businesses are required to wear masks. And so I happened to be picking up a birthday dinner for my son about a week and a half ago.
Was it his choice of where to go?
Yeah, it was.
Where was
He
it?
wanted we got pizza to go.
Oh, okay.
I
Pizza's a
do
good choice.
professional cooking of pizza at home, and so I've become a professional.
Yeah.
And I realized I didn't have a mask.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was a big deal, and I had to be home at a certain time to get this birthday dinner, cooked on. And so I went ahead, and thankfully I had an undershirt on. So I basically unrobed in the parking lot, and I had a tank top, and I wrapped it around. I wish I could show you the picture. Maybe we'll share it later.
Did you use the arm holes for your ears? Because that would have entertained me so much.
No, I didn't. I actually used the arms to wrap and tie, and then I had this huge thing. It was
So funny.
it was another thing, and then we had another employee that had the same experience. I won't name any names,
I will.
but no,
It wasn't me though.
it wasn't you. But she didn't. She had the same experience and unfortunately had toilet paper in the car and was able to use that as a mask.
Yeah.
So here's to resourcefulness and getting the job done
Oh my
during
God.
these uncertain times. So, so on Norton, this is a beautiful Native American red wine grape. A lot of people have never heard about it. I had never heard about it until about 10 years ago when we got introduced to it by one of our wine club members that visited a really great winery on the East Coast. This is where this grape is native from, and brought it back, shared a bottle, and we decided to plant an acre about 10 years ago.
Yeah. One thing, I love the bottle, but I think this is one of those wines that goes with nice big, I always tell people beef stew. This reminds me of a good beef stew wine. So it's just, it's interesting, and it's something I think everybody should, one, I like wine. Two, I think you should try it. It might be your new favorite wine, but it's hard, to get out of your...
Yeah, so unique and so rare. So most European varieties are from the grape family. It's called Vitis vinifera. The Norton is from
Spell that.
Vitis labrusca. Vinifera, V-I-N-I-F-E-R-A. Vitis labrusca is the Native American version of our wine grape. So they have seeds. They're native to primarily the East Coast. And Norton is one of those all-American grapes. And it's the one and only that has been touted to have similar characteristics as traditional native European varieties.
Really?
So it is, a lot of Native American varieties they call foxy, which I don't even know what that is, but this has a little bit of foxiness. It's a little exciting in your mouth, but it has really great aromas, a lot of cranberry, a lot of spice,
Yeah.
just a beautiful acidity, which helps it go well with all sorts of food.
Right.
It's a lower alcohol content. When this thing gets ripe, it's only about 24-25% sugar. So what does it say
It
down?
says 14%.
14. So it's might be a 0.5% lower than that, but when we harvest this, it's extremely ripe. And the one thing that we can do with this variety that we can't do with many others is lignify the stems.
You don't know what that means.
So it means that the stems go from a real grassy green, and as the fall and harvest continue on, they turn more of a woody character.
Oh.
So it really, you're able to, they impart good characteristics to the fermentations, and when we destem them, which is the process where you gently remove the berry from the stem, and you pull and you mound up some of these stems and smell them. It's like almost like Christmas, Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah.
So it's just a beautiful fall wine. Just that really reminds, and a lot of those spice characteristics are reflected in the finished wine. Big tannin. Although this one's been aged for a long time, so it's softened as it ages. But just a beautiful bouquet, and
Now, I have heard stories that Jefferson was part of the history. President
Yes.
Jefferson was part of the history of Norton.
yeah.
Okay.
So just like you chop down the cherry tree,
Yes.
and he
That's Washington.
Oh, that's right. Man, that was on my history teacher.
She lives down the road.
Darn it. So, but back to Jefferson.
We're really bad at that.
Back to Jefferson. So he is the first president to and one of the first folks to make wine, finished wine out of Norton. Many, back in the 1700s. So
That's pretty cool.
yeah.
And then, so another fun fact that I could get wrong today is I heard that most of these were ripped out during Prohibition.
Yes.
It almost didn't survive Prohibition.
Yeah. Just, but it's got a great resurgence. Again, it's very resistant to mildew and grows well in its native climate,
Yeah.
which is the East Coast, which we all know is wet and humid and very tough to grow traditional European varieties. But Norton really does well. It's resistant to a lot of those things because of its native acclimatization to that. And so it's become a pretty well-known variety over there. I think there's only a couple of acres planted in California, and we've got one of them.
We have one.
Yeah.
I tell people it's at 3 wineries in California. Now, that could be a lie. It could be the truth. 2 truths and a lie. Who knows what it is?
We've had a really long week here, so we're going to keep going.
If anyone knows, if anyone grows Norton in California and they're watching.
Yeah, I think, like I said, we've got an acre. It only produces a couple of tons, and it goes to our winery and 2 other wineries that we partner with. So I think there's only a couple other acres in California, but we'd love for you to come out and try this unique rarity in the California wine country. And we're going to move on to our Teroldego, big, bold, heavy Italian red. So really a beautiful red wine.
Also rare, right?
Yeah, very rare to California. So this is a good story. Thank you, Kara, for bringing that up. But when we planted this back in 2006, what's that been? Almost 15 years now. And we planted this. There was literally only about 20 acres in all of California. Every year, all the registered grape acreage goes into what they call an acreage report and a crush report that California surveys throughout the wine industry. So at that time, there was literally only about 20 acres in all of California, and we planted 3 acres. So we had a great experience. One other winery that we work with had a small experimental plot of this exact variety just down the road in the Delta. And I got a bottle, my dad actually got a bottle, acquired a bottle from this planting, and it was just a knockout wine. Really reminiscent of our big, bold Petit Syrah that we're really well known for here. And along with Petit Verdot and the other Tannat is another big one. It's kind of in that same class, just a really big, beautiful, heavy red. And so we got that bottle and put it in the ground, started producing wine out of it, had one of the biggest wineries in the country come out and do additional experimentation, did 3 vintages, experimentation from our vineyards, little 200-pound lots with probably the biggest R&D research and development in the wine industry. And from that point on, it's grown to about 2,000 acres between Clarksburg and Lodi.
Really?
So we're excited to be part of that history in California, and it's a testament to the grape and how well it does here. And
It's so much fun.
yeah, pretty exciting. So it's humbling and exciting.
Remember when I said last week that I needed to start bringing notepads to everything that I learned? Learn something new at each one of these, and I should be writing it down, and I never do. I guess I could revisit.
Yes.
I'll revisit
Yeah,
as
just
fine.
hit replay.
Yeah.
We'll certainly save these and post these so we can visit them in 20 years and laugh at ourselves.
Yeah, so we are posting all the videos on our YouTube channel, Heringer Estates Winery, too. So you can always
So if
catch
you have friends
past
you want
ones.
to share this with a glass of wine, please feel free. We'd love to get the word out on what we're doing.
That's crazy.
Oh, we got another surprise?
I know.
Man, we're full of surprises today. But this is a native northern and Italian variety, native to northern Italy. And they have a little bit of a cooler climate than we do, and so the wine is not as big and robust and full-bodied as what we produce here. But I like it in a little bit of a warmer climate. I think the grape is better suited for our climate, and it's kind of like really interesting. It's kind of like the chameleon of wine varieties. So when we produce it, has a really jammy, just beautiful dark fruit characteristics, and then it can kind of be like a little bit of a shift shaper. Thank you. Doing my pronunciation exercises, but yeah, a little bit of a chameleon in the winery. So it goes from beautiful berry as it ages in the barrel. You can also at times when you pull samples, you'll get meaty characteristics. Really unique like olive and what I would call like a meaty characteristic, kind of a spicy meat. And then so the finished wine has a beautiful balance of that. Whereas like Petit Syrah is very fruit forward. You get a little of that jammy, big, bold, dark fruits. Versus this has a little bit more complexity in the aroma and the body and the flavor. So, what do you got for us here?
I got potato salad.
Oh my gosh!
It's red, white, and blue potato salad. It's a blue cheese potato salad. So my husband doesn't like mayonnaise.
Ooh. Yes. So what do you got in here?
It is olive oil, vinegar, salt, and pepper, green onions, blue cheese, bacon.
Wow. A little
That's
slower. One more time.
Okay, I guess. So it is potatoes, bacon, blue cheese.
loving the bacon paired with the blue cheese, and then you've got the potato really balancing out the flavors.
And the pepper's a little spicy, but then you got the vinegar that's tangy, yeah.
Perfect with a little more of this Teroldego. So
Love it.
I'm going to help myself to a second tasting,
Well, thanks.
and hope you guys are all enjoying some wine, possibly with a pairing, your favorite wine at home.
I keep bringing things, but this one is, we know that Memorial Day is coming up, and usually that's when, you know, people start their summer. And
Yes.
so, this is usually when I open my pool, is Memorial Day, and so we always do a barbecue and invite the family over, and we always have the potato salad for my husband, and usually like pulled pork, but I figured I would share this one for Memorial Day weekend.
I love it. It's got so many flavors.
So we lost Instagram again,
Oh,
but
Instagram.
it's coming back. Facebook, there's a question from Bridget. She just wants to know if there's any updates when we might be able to reopen.
Yes. Thank you, Bridget. That was a great question. We're biting our fingernails trying to figure out.
Yes.
I know some other counties, that California has disseminated the authority to the counties to regulate once they meet the specific criteria that the state has mandated in order for us to get more active. And so I think we're within days of hosting and reopening with social distancing and with the new requirements that are going to be required of all of us to maintain safe and healthy environments for everybody. So
Currently, YOLO is still shelter in place, not sip in place, is what I always want to call it. Shelter in place
that's what we
still.
call it.
That's what I have to call it.
They
Sip
call
in
it
place.
shelter in place. We call it sip in place.
So shelter in place is still May 31st in Yolo County, but we are getting updates every day. So as soon as we hear, you guys will hear. And just so you know, we will be moving forward as quickly as we can. We will be moving into a reservation-only tasting. So that benefits you guys. We know we're going to have available space for you. We won't be doing a bar service anymore. We'll be hosting you at a table, which will be really nice. You'll be able to sit down with your family and enjoy your time out here. So we're working really hard, and as soon as we find out, we will let you guys know.
Yeah, you'll be the first to know. So we're
Well, you'll be the second because we'll be the first.
yes, we're monitoring it on a daily and hourly basis.
Yeah.
We're the space is prepped and ready to go, given what we do know in regards to how we're going to be able to manage the flow of traffic and hosting all you wonderful folks. And we're as soon as the opportunity arises, we're going to welcome you with open arms. There might be a few moderations to
Realize we're learning as we will be doing. So please be patient with us.
yes, yeah.
And make sure you can follow us on social media or sign up for our newsletter, because we're going to be communicating with you guys
Yes.
as soon as we know.
Yeah. And until then, we're still doing our shelter in place
We're
or
still sipping in
sip
place.
in place, our sip wine sale, just to really help everybody, enjoy their time at home as much as they can. And we're doing 40% off for 6 bottles and 50% off for a case for an opportunity for our membership. And also, we're doing 50% off a flat of cans that we featured last week. So if you want the single serve cans, great opportunity. I enjoy one almost every night. Just a beautiful red wine, and we've got a what are you laughing at me?
I'm laughing because you say you enjoy a can every night, and my husband and I enjoy a bottle every night. There's
Well,
a
there you
difference in
go.
size.
Well, there are 2 of you and 1
That's
of me.
right. I guess
so
if you were the only one drinking,
I'm
it's the exact
regulating
same.
myself.
It's the exact same.
Yes.
2 glasses and good to go. So funny.
So with that in mind, we look forward to hosting you in very short time to the beautiful area we have here, and love for you to go online and purchase some wine to enjoy at home during this time, and wish all of you you a wonderful and safe afternoon and entry into a beautiful weekend.
Yes.
Right? It is Thursday, so tomorrow's Friday, just in case those of you that lose track of the days like I do. We're here for you, so we're blessed to be
I'll be
here.
here tomorrow. You can come see me.
And yeah, we are open for curbside pickup, so you can order online. You can come, take a walk around, enjoy the space while we pack your order, and we'll look forward to seeing you soon. Stay safe, and God bless in each and every one of you.
Cheers, you guys.
We're signing off. Do the sign off wave.